world hushed by the rhythm of the ocean, nestled upon a craggy cliff, stood a lighthouse. Not just any lighthouse, but one with a small, inviting cottage tucked at its base, where Elara made her home. Her days were a quiet dance of gentle tasks, tending to her windowsill herbs, their leaves a vibrant green against the pale stone, mending worn fishing nets with practiced, patient hands, and reading ancient stories by the flickering warmth of her hearth. The wind often whispered secrets against her window pane, and the waves offered a constant, comforting lullaby. Elara found a deep peace in this solitude, a quiet contentment that settled like soft dust upon everything she touched. The world outside could rush, but within her cottage, time moved like the slow drift of clouds across the summer sky. One evening, as the last sliver of sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of deep violet and fading gold, Elara sat by her window, watching the lighthouse beams sweep across the darkening sea. It was a familiar, comforting ritual. But tonight, something new joined the twilight's embrace. A tiny, ethereal light, no larger than a firefly, yet far more radiant, flitted past her window. It was not the hard, sharp gleam of a star, but a soft, pulsating glow like a droplet of moonlight caught in a spider's silk. And with it, carried on the gentle sea breeze, came a melody. So faint it was almost a whisper, a series of tinkling notes like miniature chimes playing a forgotten lullaby. It swirled around her cottage, a delicate thread of sound weaving through the quiet air. Elara paused, her mending needle suspended in mid-air. This was no ordinary light, no stray moth drawn to her lamp. It danced with an intelligent grace, a silent plea in its shimmering form. The melody, though barely audible, tugged at something deep within her, a feeling of gentle wonder mixed with a quiet urgency. It was not a call for help in the clamour of distress, but a soft summons, like a dream whispering a secret you long to understand. Her heart, usually so steady, now beat with a delicate anticipation. She felt an unspoken invitation, a promise of something beautiful just beyond the familiar comfort of her walls. Without a moment's hesitation, she gently set her work aside, gathered her shawl, and, with a soft click of the latch, stepped out into the cool, embracing mystery of the twilight. The air outside was cool and damp, carrying the briny scent of the sea. The tiny, luminous light hovered just ahead, a shimmering guide in the gathering gloom, its faint melody now a little clearer, a gentle beacon. Elara followed, her footsteps soft upon the sandy dunes. The landscape, familiar by day, was transformed by the twilight's veil. Shadows stretched long and fluid, making every tussock of grass seem like a sleeping creature, every distant rock a silent sentinel. The sand underfoot whispered tales of ancient tides, and the wind, usually boisterous, now merely sighed through the tall, reedy grasses, echoing the delicate song of the light. She walked with a quiet purpose, her senses attuned to the subtle magic unfolding around her, each gentle step taking her deeper into the hushed embrace of the night. The dunes gradually gave way to a whispering willow grove, its ancient trees draped in long flowing branches that seemed to weep into the misty air. The light paused here, dancing amongst the silver-green leaves, its melody growing a touch stronger, like a shy bloom opening its petals. The ground beneath Elara's feet softened to damp earth, covered in a carpet of moss. Here, the air was stiller, heavier with the scent of wet leaves and rich soil. Bioluminescent fungi dotted the bases of the trees, casting a faint otherworldly glow, tiny beacons in the deepening shadows. Elara moved carefully, her hand brushing against the cool, smooth bark of a willow, feeling the quiet life pulsing beneath its surface. The grove felt like a secret chamber, a place where time itself had slowed to a gentle breath. Beyond the willows, the path opened to a wide, still pond, its surface like polished obsidian reflecting the faint starlight and the deeper, purpling sky. The tiny light she followed settled gently upon the water's surface, sending ripples of shimmering luminescence outwards. The pond itself seemed to breathe, its depths holding a soft internal glow, as if underwater stars had gathered there. Dragonflies, with wings like stained glass, hovered silently over the water, their bodies faintly aglow. A family of silent, watchful deer stood at the far bank, their eyes reflecting the pond's gentle light, observing Elara with quiet curiosity rather than alarm. It was a place of profound stillness, where every glint of light, every rustle of reeds seemed to hold a deeper meaning, a silent promise. Elara felt a sense of reverence, a knowing that she had stumbled upon a truly sacred, hidden corner of the world. As Elara ventured further along the pond's edge, a thicker bank of mist rolled in from the water, swirling around her ankles, then her waist. It was not a chilling mist, but one that felt soft and cool, like a veil woven from moonlight. The tiny light ahead occasionally flickered, momentarily obscured by the swirling tendrils, making her hesitate. This was the first true challenge of her journey, not one of danger, but of patience and careful observation. She had to slow her steps, extending her hand gently into the swirling fog, feeling for the faint breeze that indicated the path, listening for the softest hum of the light's melody. She learned to trust not just her eyes, but the subtle language of the night, the scent of damp earth, the almost imperceptible shift in the air, the quiet knowing in her heart that guided her through the soft, comforting disorientation. The mist eventually thinned, revealing a cluster of ancient gnarled trees, their twisted branches reaching like arthritic fingers into the night sky. The tiny light paused once more, this time circling one particularly old, hollowed-out oak. Its faint melody seemed to echo here, resonating from within the tree's ancient heart, yet also seeming trapped, struggling to fully emerge. Elara approached with reverence, placing her palm gently against the rough bark. She closed her eyes, listening intently. The song was a mere whisper, caught like a breath in the hollow trunk. She realized it was not a puzzle to solve with logic, but a blockage to clear with quiet understanding. She sat at the base of the oak, simply being present, focusing her gentle attention on the struggling melody, imagining its delicate notes finding their way free. As she sat, still and patient, a soft rustle came from above. A wise old owl, its feathers the color of twilight, perched silently on a low branch, watching her with knowing, golden eyes. It did not hoot or fly, but simply observed, a silent guardian. After a long moment, a single, shimmering feather, pearlescent and iridescent, detached from the owl's wing and drifted slowly downwards, landing softly on Elara's lap. It seemed to pulse with a faint internal light, like a tiny echo of the guiding light she followed. The melody from within the oak tree, as if encouraged by this gentle offering, gained a subtle strength, a clearer definition. Elara understood. It was a token of connection, a sign that she was on the right path, accepted by the quiet guardians of this magical world. She gently picked up the feather, her heart filled with a quiet gratitude. With the shimmering feather clutched gently in her hand, Elara rose, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. The tiny light, now pulsing with a steady, confident rhythm, moved forward, leading her past the ancient oak and deeper into what seemed like an impenetrable thicket of glowing ferns. But as she approached, the ferns parted as if by an unseen hand, revealing a narrow, winding passage. The air grew warmer, infused with a faint, sweet scent like honeysuckle blooming under a gentle moon. The passage walls glistened, damp and smooth, reflecting the soft light of her guide in 1,000 tiny sparkles. It felt like stepping through a veil, transitioning from the outer world of hushed magic into its very heart, a secret place known only to the creatures of the night and those guided by pure, gentle curiosity. The passage opened into a breathtaking grotto, a cavern carved by ancient waters, now bathed in a soft, ethereal glow. The light was not coming from a single source, but from every surface. The moss on the walls pulsed faintly, crystal formations sparkled with an inner luminescence, and a gentle waterfall trickled down one side, its spray catching the light like falling diamonds. The air was warm and still, filled with the delicate perfume of unseen night-blooming flowers. And there, at the very heart of the grotto, near a pool of perfectly still, glowing water, was the source of the persistent yet fading melody. It was larger than Elara had imagined, still tiny, but a creature of unimaginable beauty. It was a creature of pure light and sound, a Glimmerwing, its body a delicate swirl of iridescent energy, its wings like spun starlight. But it was trapped. A nearly invisible web of delicate silvery threads, like the finest spider silk, shimmered faintly around its ethereal form, holding one of its luminous wings, gently but firmly. Its song, the beautiful lullaby Elara had followed, was coming from its struggles, a soft, desperate plea for release. It was trying to sing its full melody, to spread its light, but was constrained. The very magic of the grotto, its gentle glow, seemed to dim slightly in sympathy, waiting, almost holding its breath for the Glimmerwing's freedom. Elara felt a profound pang of understanding. This tiny being was essential, its song a vital thread in the tapestry of the sleeping world, and it desperately needed a gentle hand to help it fulfill its purpose. Elara approached with the utmost care, her movements slow and deliberate, as if she were made of mist herself. She knew that any sudden motion, any tremor of fear or impatience could harm this delicate creature. Her own breath became soft and shallow. With infinite tenderness, she extended a finger, tracing the faint outline of the shimmering silk. It was so fine, so fragile, yet so strong in its entanglement. She whispered soft words of comfort, assurances of safety, as if the Glimmerwing could understand the quiet language of her heart. With her fingernail she gently, painstakingly nudged one of the threads, then another, feeling the delicate tension until, with a tiny, almost imperceptible snip that only she could hear, the last strand gave way. The Glimmerwing trembled, then slowly, tentatively, unfurled its luminous wing. As the Glimmerwing was fully freed, its light blossomed. From a hesitant flicker, it burst into a vibrant, pulsing glow that filled the grotto with warmth and a soft, golden hue, pushing back the shadows. And its melody, no longer faint or struggling, it swelled into a magnificent, intricate lullaby, notes of pure joy and peace harmonizing through the cavern. The water in the pool shimmered brightly, the moss on the walls glowed with renewed vigor, and the falling crystals sparkled in unison with the song. The Glimmerwing soared upwards, spiraling in ecstatic circles, its restored music a tapestry of comfort for the entire world. Elara watched, tears of quiet wonder welling in her eyes. She understood now. The Glimmerwing's song was the world's slumber, the gentle hum that guided every creature into peaceful dreams. By freeing it, she had helped restore the night's own lullaby. The Glimmerwing, its song now full and clear, gently led Elara back through the shimmering passage of ferns, its light a steady beacon of warmth and serenity. The night, which had felt mysterious and alluring on her outward journey, now felt simply peaceful, bathed in the harmonious notes of the Glimmerwing's lullaby. The ancient oak seemed to hum with contentment, the willows whispered kindly, and the pond reflected a truly starlit sky, no longer needing its own inner glow. Elara carried the shimmering feather still, a tangible reminder of the magic she had witnessed and the kindness she had shared. Her heart felt lighter, filled not with the weight of discovery, but with the expansive joy of having played a small, vital part in the world's gentle balance. She felt connected, truly connected to the quiet, living pulse of the night. Soon, the familiar silhouette of her lighthouse rose into view, a steadfast sentinel against the deep indigo of the pre-dawn sky. Its beam, as always, swept comfortingly across the sea, a steady rhythm of home. Elara approached her cottage, the faint scent of salt and damp earth still clinging to her clothes, a sweet souvenir of her journey. The Glimmerwing paused for a moment above her door, its song offering a final lingering caress before it soared gracefully into the heavens, its light becoming one with the faint twinkle of the distant stars, its melody dispersing like mist into the vast silence. It was gone, but its presence lingered, a warm echo in the quiet night. Elara stepped back inside her cottage. The air within was just as she had left it, warm and still, but now it seemed to hold a subtle shimmer, an invisible resonance of the Glimmerwing song. She went to her bedside table, where a small smooth stone she used as a paperweight sat. Gently, carefully, she placed the shimmering feather beside it. It lay there, a tiny, iridescent marvel, a quiet reminder of her gentle adventure, a tangible link to the hidden magic of the world. It promised that even in the quietest moments, great beauty and profound connections could be found if one only listened with their heart and stepped gently into the unknown. She changed into her softest nightgown, blew out the oil lamp, and slipped beneath her quilts. The darkness was complete, but it was a comforting, familiar darkness, now imbued with the memory of light and song. She closed her eyes, and almost instantly the soft, rhythmic notes of the Glimmerwing's lullaby filled her mind, a gentle melody played just for her. The familiar sounds of the ocean, the gentle lapping of waves against the cliffs, the distant sweep of the lighthouse beam, all folded into the Glimmerwing's tune, creating the most perfect, peaceful symphony. Elara drifted easily into slumber, knowing that the world was singing its softest, most comforting song, inviting her and all who listened into the deepest, most serene of dreams. Sleep softly, gentle listener, and let the Glimmerwing's lullaby guide your own peaceful dreams tonight.